Well, this weekend, all eyes will be on the racing action at Bristol Motor Speedway. It is the Bass Pro Shops night race, and on Saturday night, the NASCAR playoffs at Bristol, the most popular race in NASCAR. And this morning, we are honored to have NASCAR driver of the #1 Chevrolet for Trackhouse Racing, Ross Chastain. Welcome to Daytime.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for making time for us today.
It was a nice early drive up from Mooresville, just a couple hours down the road in North Carolina.
Well, wonderful. We're excited that you're here. Certainly a big weekend ahead. We talked about the playoffs, the cutoffs. What's it like racing at Bristol under the lights during these circumstances?
Indescribable, really. I mean, I've heard fighter like a jet plane inside of a gymnasium, like it's just ripping through there, and depending on how each driver puts their sun visor, so the black tint on the windshield, you actually sometimes cannot even see out of the stadium. So the Coliseum is so steep with the banking and then the grandstands, you can't even see the sky. So it gets kind of hard to tell which straightaway you're on when you get into a long run. And in the Cup Series lately, we've had some pretty long runs here and even green flag pit stops.
Yeah, it had world's fastest half mile, man. And when you're down there at the bottom and you see just how steep those walls are, it's just insane when you're driving up there and they're 3 wide.
You know, in the car, it's actually easier than watching. When I watch like the trucks tonight, I'll watch the Truck Series race, and it'll actually be kind of hard for me to keep up with what's going on and understand how the drivers can race so close together, 2 and 3 wide, like you said. But then once you get in the car, it does feel a little bit, actually, for me, calmer than watching. It's actually a little scarier for me watching the races, I feel like, because I'm not in control and I'm watching, and I'm kind of armchair quarterbacking the other drivers in the other series.
Armchair quarterbacking, I like that. And let's talk a little bit about the year you've had so far. Of course, top 10 finishes, looking at that. You're also 11th in the playoff standings, so having a great year.
Yeah, it's good. I wouldn't call it great. Winning the Coca-Cola 600 back in Charlotte in May was a big deal. That's one of the big ones. That's one of the few. They give you a ring right in Victory Lane, one of our crown jewels. So definitely that alone will make 2025 a memorable year for us at Trackhouse forever, because it is our first crown jewel race as a team. We're a relatively new team still, just a couple years into Trackhouse as an entity, as a race team in the Cup Series. So smashing that watermelon that night was incredible, but we want to do it a lot more. So the main thing is we have to be 12th or above in points at the end of Saturday night to move on and continue our fight for a championship. And we've got the speed to do that. We've just got to go execute.
And you mentioned, of course, crushing those watermelons. It's what you're known for, the watermelon man. We do have watermelon in our kitchen. I'm sad that we're in the studio, because I was hoping we could be outside and we could smash some of those watermelons, like, you know.
Well, I could smell it when I came in, and it turns out it's not even for me. It's just for y'all.
You knew you belonged. You're like, you just followed the scent of the watermelon.
That's right. That's right.
To be that and to have that, and of course to raise that awareness and have that in part of your family, what's that like for you, and how's that?
Yeah, it's what I was born into. So I'm an 8th generation watermelon farmer. I did that as a kid. That's what I was born into. It's what my dad and granddad and all the Chastains before them did for a long time. And we're very fortunate to still be an ag. But my role now is to not grow them, because I'm chasing race cars across the country and trying to win races. So my job is to promote them and try to help sell all watermelons. So I've created my brand around the watermelon with the Melon Man brand and everything that we do. And it's just an easy thing. It's a smile fruit. It's kind of hard to be mad when you're eating a watermelon, especially a seeded one. If you're spitting those seeds out, kind of takes us all back to our childhoods. And so, yeah, it's even things like when I run into the wall, like moves get called watermelon names. So we've got the Hail Melon.
The Hail Melon. I love that. You rode the wall. And people, that is something that, I mean, you look at YouTube and watch that over and over and over again. It's just fun to watch.
Well, and it is now, knowing that it worked out. It was not fun in the car, but the fact that the media, Jeff Gluck, dubbed it the Hail Melon, a nod to my family and what we've done and what's put food on our table for a really long time is special for us. So yeah, we see watermelons all around us all the time.
I mean, you got to show it, because all our viewers want to see it, you know, one more time. And of course there it was. And looking back on that, are you still like, man, that was crazy?
Absolutely. I can't imagine, I really can't even grasp still why I thought it would work, but I was trying to think of a reason why not. It's kind of a motto some buddies and I live by, is like, why not? And I couldn't think of a reason, and I only thought about it for about 15 seconds, like the one lap before I did it. So yeah, it lives on. It gets more attention than any other race win. Like the Coke 600 kind of outdid it for a few weeks, but not even like a whole month. Like it didn't even make it a month, and then the Hail Melon just came right back over the top. Like let the Coke 600 have its moment, and then by the time we got to July, it's like Hail Melon over the top.
Hail Melon over the top. This is the man, Ross Chastain. It is great to have you. I know you got a big day today. You've got going over to the Appalachian Service Project over at Bristol Motor Speedway, having some fun with watermelons there as well. That's right.
Yeah, we're kicking off race weekend, so the trucks are on track tonight. The Xfinity car is on track Friday night, and then our Cup race Saturday night with the Bass Pro Shops Bristol night race. Such an iconic race, a race that I went to as a kid, and I remember sitting in the stands and watching it and just having no idea that I would ever race in it, and now coming back year after year trying to win. I want one of those swords bad, so we're going to have to go through Kyle Larson. That 5 car has been pretty unbeatable lately.
Yeah, well, best of luck. We're excited. We'll be cheering you on. We're going to give everybody some information. He is doing an autograph signing coming up Saturday, 2 p.m., right before he races that night. That is happening at the Food City on Virginia Avenue in Bristol. Autographs for those first 151 fans. Ross Chastain, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today.
Absolutely, and remember, the other drivers do 150 armbands, so we do 151.
Oh, I love it.
We got to beat them in everything.
You do. One extra fan right there, 151. We're back with more of Daytime right after this.